everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Thrunite TN32 flashlight, a flashlight that Thrunite says is for flashaholics only. I consider myself to be a flashaholic, and I can tell you this light is pretty sweet. It has an extremely high output, and the throw is probably the best I've ever seen right up front. But what we're going to do first here is take a look at a couple lights compared to it. We'll take a look here at the Streamlight TLR1 HL, so 630 lumen model, and then also the more floody TN30 that you guys have seen reviewed here. Take a look at how these beam patterns compare outside. Here's the light from the Streamlight. You can see it has good flood. That tree right there just to the left, the corner of my house, is about 40 meters away from this location. And just to show you the difference, that is the 32 right there. You can see much hotter white spot, and we'll turn that off. You can see it has a decent flood, I guess you could say, but definitely focused on that beam. Here's the TN30 that we've reviewed before. You can see a very floody output. It almost turns the night into day, if you will, because that is night right there. And then that's what you see there with the TN30 once my camera refocuses. Maybe, hopefully. There you go, it's focused back in. And there's the 32. You can see again, a lot of throw, very focused, hot spot, focused beam. What we're gonna do now is step outside over to the road so we can get a little bit longer picture of just how far that throw is. To give you an idea of the throw, if you guys see that sign right there that I'm lighting up, that sign's about a quarter mile away. With the naked eye out here, I can see everything around it. It's lighting it up just fine. To give you an idea, that tree right there that I'm lighting up here, that's about 150 yards away. So that is how bright this thing is here. I mean, it's just insane, the output and the throw that this thing has. When the light shows up at your door and you open the box, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see the nice aluminum carry case here. You flip it up and you're gonna get your light, a little holster if you will. You get your manual, you get a lanyard, warranty card, and a couple extra O-rings in case you should need them down the road. The first thing you need to mention when talking about this light is the lumens and the output. The light claims 1702 lumens, and I absolutely believe it. Now, if you take a look back at my TN31 review, that one there was putting out 1376 lumens, and that thing was bright as heck, and this thing is even brighter, as you guys just saw. I mean, it's just, that beam is simply insane. In fact, it puts out a peak candela of 240,000 peak candela. I mean, honestly, I've never heard of that outside of like helicopter searchlights. So definitely very impressive there. Getting around to the actual light operation, it does have a clicky tail cap, and it is tail cap standable, as you see there, because the cap is recessed here. The body of the light itself has great aluminum knurling, very nice. It's just almost the exact same, if not the exact same, as the TN31, its predecessor, but there is a little longer gap here between the head of the light and the body, and what's in there is the copper heat sink that's in there. So it's a copper plated chromium circuit. It dissipates the heat better, which allows it to run a little bit harder while not getting overly hot, and it doesn't overheat. So that's how it's able to put that output out, I should say. Operation and settings are just like before. You can see here we have an adjustable level here. So if you go ahead and click the tail cap, that's the firefly mode. You can barely see it on there. And then go ahead and run through the settings. You can see it's going to get extremely bright all the way to strobe. And then a nice setting on this light as well is the standby mode. So if you want to leave it like that, you can, and you don't have to worry about hitting the tail cap. You can just switch straight to strobe, or if you want, you can switch straight to high. The light's powered by 3 18650 lithium ion rechargeable batteries. Take a look here at the battery pack, and the springs are going to tell you which way to put your batteries, but should you put them in there wrong, i.e. the negative on the positive, it does have reverse polarity protection, so you're not going to fry your circuit if you do make that mistake. And taking the rest of the body off here, you'll notice that there is again another O-ring in there sealed. All the threads do come lubricated from the factory, and this little plate right here, if you remove these 3 screws, it'll come off, and underneath there you'll see the heat sink that is enabling this light to have that kind of output while not getting overheated. Just take a look here, there we go. And as I'm putting it back together, it's we'll go ahead and talk about the reflector that we'll see up front here. The reflector is a smooth reflector, as you see there, very nice, no imperfections, and the Cree XM-L2 emitter there is nicely centered in the middle of it. And the glass surface that you see here is anti-reflective coating, and it does have a crenelated bezel there, so you can go ahead and stand it, leave it on, and you will be able to see the light coming out the sides. that's the general overview of the light. As you've seen here, it performs extremely well. The output is just impressive. Runtime's impressive. Sealed up nice and tight with the O-rings. It comes lubricated from the factory. Good knurling. Really not a lot to complain about here with this light. Now this light does come to market right around $175 depending on where you pick it up. Now it's a relatively expensive flashlight, I know, but I mean, the output is extremely impressive. The best throw I've seen on anything besides, like I said, a helicopter searchlight. So very, very impressive output. If you guys have any questions about this light or anything else I talk about here on the channel, you can feel free to post below in the comments section. You can also post over at my Facebook page. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I hope to see you in the next video.